I decided to do my module reading reflection on the article about the importance of self-care for administrators. This being my first year as an administrator, I definitely think I started the year kind of in a whirlwind, as is expected. A lot of these tips, I think, some of them validated the things that I'm already doing, and some gave me some really good ideas for things that I could start implementing soon. The first was about making connections. Part of the thing, one of the things that I do already take part in is a lot of social media administrator groups for advice and ideas on Facebook and on Twitter. Also connecting with leaders in our district. I do fortunately have pretty good relationships with a couple other assistant principals and principals just from past schools that I've worked at, and then they've moved on to their roles. So I've been able to reach out to them as kind of mentors whenever I've been struggling situations. I definitely trust them to keep, any questions that I'm asking confidential, that type of thing. Our district also has a really awesome program where veteran administrators, assistant principals who are pursuing principalships in the future are taking part in a leadership coaching cohort toward an endorsement in that area. And so every brand new AP, such as myself, was paired up with a veteran AP in the district this year. And we've spent a couple sessions talking through, some struggles that I've had throughout the year for them to provide me some coaching and some advice. Another thing that I've been doing to help in terms of self-care is building in some routines. I used to exercise pretty regularly, and the stress of work and grad school over the last few years has kind of made that more difficult. But I've really started going to bed earlier and making that a priority to get up in the morning and do it, even though it's really early. It's really the only time I could possibly have so that I can devote time in the evening to family, and then weekends too, balancing that time, like making sure that we plan ahead, my husband and I, so that the time that I need to focus on grad school versus family time is equalized and, adequate. To some of the things that I'd really like to begin doing that the article gave me some good ideas on are doing some kind of reflection journaling. I liked how the focus on that was on gratitude and on things that you're looking forward to. As well as, just taking 2 or 3 minutes a day. At first it sounds like one more thing, but, if I did it first thing in the morning, kind of to create a sense of purpose for the day and gratitude for how much that, can be accomplished and the impact that I'm having, on everything that I do as an administrator. I think that another thing that I took from the article was about mindfulness, incorporating simple strategies to help with day-to-day stress. I've recently started seeing a chiropractor because I just had some intense tightness in my back and shoulders. And that was one thing that the article even mentioned, was just taking a moment to kind of think about how am I holding tension and stress, and making sure that I kind of take a moment to kind of do some breathing and relax and kind of just address that in the moment and just be aware of it. I think that was really good advice. The last thing that I've been doing for years, but I've kind of shifted the focus of the topics on is learning to reading about just topics, professional development topics related to leadership, making sure that I constantly am reading up on best practices and tips that I can help just gain perspective as an administrator through doing. I know that a lot of that is coming from, like I said earlier, the social media groups that I've been able to make contact with. One thing that I'd like to do beyond just the fact that I've been kind of getting into that practice of reading up on some of those strategies is sharing them with my staff. I'm going to be taking over the staff weekly newsletter next year for our school. And so I plan on, putting in a really powerful quote or a link to something that I think would maybe be beneficial for my staff beyond just myself reading. So that's one more thing that I really want to start incorporating. So great article, good things to remember. And I've had a great semester. So thank you so much.